Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving into Cambridge Additional Mathematics, specifically syllabus 0606, and we're going to treat it exactly like a high-stakes gymnastics routine. Think about it for a second. In gymnastics, you don't win gold just by wildly throwing yourself into the air, right? You win through perfect form, precise execution, and an absolute mastery of the fundamentals. Well, today, we're focusing that exact same lens on simplifying coefficients in binomial expansions. We're going to look at how to master these binomial coefficients, not just by rotely memorizing formulas, but by executing a flawless routine that examiners literally can't help but award top marks to. And real quick, before we jump in, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Ace the Exams, at acetheexams_IGCSE to excel in your Cambridge examinations.
Okay, here is the exact blueprint we'll be using today to unlock those highest grade boundaries. We'll cover theoretical architecture, the procedural framework, the top 3 deductions, and finally, evaluative thinking. Let's get right to it.
Section 1. Theoretical architecture, the foundation of perfect form.
So look, examiners are looking way past the basic domains. Just having the knowledge or a simple understanding of your binomial theorem, that's not going to cut it. To actually master this exam, you must push into those higher-order cognitive domains, application and analysis. Simply memorizing formulas is not enough. You have to apply these expansions to entirely novel situations. For example, you can't just know how to find the n choose r term in isolation. You absolutely have to understand how to analyze and simplify that exact coefficient when it is buried deep inside a multi-part algebra problem.
Now check out this insider secret straight from the principal examiner reports. It says candidates referencing cross-topic connections achieve significantly higher marks. This is huge. It practically proves that integrating different areas of the syllabus is your absolute key to elite scores. Because when we're simplifying coefficients in a binomial expansion, you aren't just operating in a vacuum. You might need to pull in your knowledge of indices, core algebra, or even calculus depending on the paper. The theoretical architecture of this topic rests heavily on integration with other syllabus areas. Showing the examiner you can make those mental connections, that is exactly how you secure the top marks.
Moving right along to Section 2, procedural framework, executing the routine.
All right, this right here is the standardized sequence you need to flawlessly execute every single time. Step 1, identify the key elements. Ask yourself, what exactly is the question asking me to extract or expand? Step 2, apply the relevant principles, so choose the right analytical framework for the job. Step 3 is vital. Execute your analysis with completely clear notation and working. Step 4, verify those results with a quick sanity check. And finally, Step 5, present your answer in the appropriate format using the correct mathematical terminology. Doing this systematically turns what feels like a chaotic problem into a controlled professional routine.
And here is why this matters so much. This strategy acts as your ultimate safety net. We call this the method mark strategy. In additional mathematics, marks are awarded for the process, not just for having the right final number at the bottom of the page. The mathematical process itself equals points. When you lay out your steps clearly, from expanding the binomial all the way to isolating and simplifying the specific coefficients requested, you are literally banking marks along the way. By the way, if you're serious about banking these marks, take a second right now to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Ace the Exams, at acetheexams_IGCS to excel in your Cambridge examinations.
This brings us to a pretty stark examiner alert, highlighting exactly why your logical steps must be completely visible on the exam paper. They wrote, "Students lose marks by not showing working. Even if your final answer is wrong, method marks can save you." Think back to our gymnast analogy for a second. If a gymnast stumbles slightly on the dismount, but the rest of their routine was technically flawless, they still get a really high score, right? Well, your working out is your routine. If you make a tiny arithmetic error right at the very end when simplifying a coefficient, but your methodology was crystal clear and laid out step by step, the examiner will still award you the vast majority of the marks. So please, do not hide your process.
Let's look at Section 3. Top 3 deductions, what the judges see. You know, even with incredible technique, you have to actively avoid these top 3 mistakes to protect your score. Number 1, answers that are just too vague. When an examiner asks you to simplify a coefficient, they want specific mathematical details and a clear logical progression, not wild leaps of faith. Number 2, forgetting to check your format and presentation. Did you use the correct notation? Is your final answer presented exactly as requested by the command word? And number 3, answers that are not specific to the given context. You really have to tailor your expansion and your simplification to the exact constraints of the problem sitting in front of you. Ensuring every single response addresses these 3 points is exactly how you protect the marks you've worked so hard for.
Which brings us to our final section, Section 4, Evaluative Thinking. Stick in the landing.
You see, top-scoring candidates don't just finish calculating, put their pens down, and move on. No, they step back and utilize the deconstruct, solve, evaluate model. We've talked about deconstructing the given information and breaking it into logical steps. We've talked about solving systematically. But that last part, evaluating, is absolutely crucial. You need to check for reasonableness. Does the simplified coefficient you just calculated actually make sense within the context of the binomial expansion? Using this advanced problem-solving model is exactly how you question assumptions, consider different perspectives, and mathematically prove your logic directly to the examiner.
So, I want to leave you with this final critical thought to ponder. Are you just solving, or are you justifying your decisions with evidence? As you head back to practice your past papers on binomial coefficients, ask yourself this question every single time. Perfect your form, lay out your evidence, show every single step of your method, and I promise you, you won't just pass, you will stick the landing. Thanks for joining me for this explainer. And remember, subscribe to our YouTube channel Ace the Exams at acetheexams_IGCSE to excel in your Cambridge examinations. Keep practicing, and I'll see you next time.